Adventures.
Hey guys, Chuke here with Chuke's Outdoor Adventures. Well, I've done several videos on 10mm pistols blowing up, catastrophic failures, but I haven't talked as much about other calibers blowing up. We all know about 40 Smith & Wesson when it first came out in the 90s and was popular. The Gen 1 Glocks tended to blow up, and Chuck from Alaska Ballistics was working at a range, and one of those original Glocks actually blew up in his hand. So I have met one person that happened to, but recently I haven't really met anyone I know that something like this has happened to until recently. Now check out Alaskan Frontier 1. Matt, you've probably seen him on the channel. He goes to the range with me and we review stuff, but he just had a Glock 19X have a failure, and it was that aftermarket slide where the barrel was at least aftermarket and it was ported. But what happened is what I've described before. Now, there may be some problems with the design in Glock. Of course, this is a Glock clone. I'm big on Shadow Systems and Zev. This is my Zev OZ9C. But most of the failures when it comes to not good coverage in the chamber support, or a round that's too hot, it blows out. You always see the cracks down the side here, and it blows out the mag and all the rounds fall out. I've seen videos of it happen. The guy that first showed me on his Glock 20, that's exactly what happened. This cracked right here and down the handle, and he said the mag fell out and rounds fell out. But that is what happened to Matt's pistol, and let's just check it out. All right, I'm here with Matt from Alaskan Frontier 1. I've done a few videos on 10mm blowing up, the Glocks, and some other ones, but what do we have here that cracked?
Yeah, so this is probably one that if you've watched Chuke's channel before, you've probably seen, especially when we did the compensated Glocks versus the compensated Zev. This was actually the Glock before this little explosion, but essentially what happened was I was out shooting and shot an overpressured round, and I thought it would be fine. I didn't think there would be any issues, and initially the gun looked okay outside of it. Broke the magazine release and the magazine fell out of the gun, right? But it actually turns out that the frame got cracked, and this side you can see it most notably. It is cracked on both sides. It's kind of hard to see, you kind of have to spread it a little bit, but there is a hairline crack on this side, and like I said, pieces of plastic actually missing on this side here. So it is definitely not commissionable. And when I took the slide off, you can't even actually put the slide back on because the frame, like these rails that the slide runs on, is tweaked in a way that like you can't actually put a slide back on this gun. So in a way, maybe it's probably for the better. It's a kind of like safety, if you will, to keep them from, you know, trying to run another round through this gun. But it is toast. This 19X is gone, so it's a little bit unfortunate, but yeah.
Somebody told me they're designed when they fail to do that, where it right. cracks there and the mag falls out.
Right. And that certainly is, I mean, better than an alternative of like a broken or, you know, cracked barrel, cracked slide or anything like that. And amazingly, the slide and the barrel were perfectly fine. I wouldn't shoot them just because, you know, I don't know, like if it was enough to crack the frame of the Glock, you know,
yeah,
if it's bad enough to do that, then, you know, you can't really trust, in my opinion, you can't really trust the metal either because you don't know what pressures were exerted.
Yeah.
But yeah, unfortunately, it is down, and that's why I'm kind of moving over towards metal frame firearms. Not to say that, you know, you can shoot plus P plus out of them per se. Not all metal frame guns are made equal, but they do have a better chance of withstanding higher pressures.
And your USP will never, ever crack.
USP is solid. This, you can run plus P plus. You can run whatever the hell you want out of USP because German Space Magic is great.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is impressive what HK has done, but yes.
So that's what happened. Now, most people comment on these videos, it's got to be the ammo. It's got to be the ammo. It was an extra hot load, even though it was factory Winchester white box or whatever. That's what happened. And you may be right. I mean, a lot of times I think that may happen, but if you look at the chamber support of Glocks, there is a small section right where the blowouts usually happen that doesn't have chamber support. And I think if the brass is old or I don't know, something happens and it blows out the bottom there, that's why I'm a fan of KKM barrels that have that full chamber support. That's what's nice about XDM, the XDM Elite. They've got a little better chamber support on those barrels. And of course, revolvers don't have that problem. But let me know what you guys think. I know it's a highly debated subject. I just think it's interesting. I'm not too worried about it. I know they are prone to happen. I think it happens more than we think. It never happened to me. I'm going to continue shooting Glocks and Glock designs, but just something to be aware of. So let me know what you guys think. Chuke, your friend in the field.
My name is Chuke. I like to trade my guns just for fun, but now I have none. Oh no, I get shot by a bear, but I don't care. I got a 10mm. Chuke's Outdoor Adventures. Watch you almost die every time.